Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you gotta do is push the back button. That's all you gotta do. Push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much, so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Nothing But Basketball show. It's your boy, Coach Lee. It's Wednesday night. We're back at it like we're mad at it. Time to run one with you guys. With that being said, what's up, Coach Hill? How you doing tonight?
What's up with it, man? Missed all y'all. How y'all been? Excuse the hair. It is what it is. Kind of crazy right now. You know what it is.
God ain't got them hair problems.
It's like people been getting on me about, man, you need to cut that hair, man. I'm gonna say, man, I'll get around to it. Right now, Coach Hill just chilling, man.
Chill. I cut mine off and it never grew back.
Damn. See, man, don't be telling me nothing like that, Coach Lee.
Looking out for you, brother. Hey, man, glad to be on here with you as always. Ready to do your thing, man?
You already know, man. I stay ready every day.
That's what he say. That's what that man do. Hey, man, you know we got to start it off with a top 5 rankings this week for the power rankings for the NBA teams. And number 5 for this week, we got the Utah Jazz. The previous ranking last week was number 5 as well. So what kind of insight you got on the Jazz for us?
They didn't go up or down.
Inconsistent.
So inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? So my biggest thing is I don't know. You know me, man. I hope I'm gonna say the same thing every week. It don't matter. I just need to see a little more consistency in what they do, man, going into the playoffs and stuff like that. That's gonna determine whether they go forward. But now they have a talented team, but are they gonna get over the hump? That's the question. There's a question mark over the Utah Jazz. We may get to the playoffs, clinch the playoff spot, whatever the case may be. But are we going to get over the hump, or are we just going to be another playoff team that is mediocre?
Right. Now, they're kind of a weird team to figure out.
They are. That's why I may say one thing one week and then come back next week and say something different. But that's because I'm trying to figure them out, see what they're talking about.
They lost to Minnesota, which is surprising. They lost to the Suns. That's not too bad. Suns doing their thing.
Yeah, Suns really doing their thing.
But they lost to Minnesota, but then they turn around and beat the Kings by 49 points.
They have yet to find, they've yet to find their identity. That's what it sounds like. They're inconsistent. You either want to blow people out or you lose to scrub team. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, y'all got to find y'all's identity. They got to find their identity going down the stretch.
That's true. Now, I know the injury bug has hurt them a little bit. You know, Mitchell is still out, with that ankle injury he's got. And I think Mike Conley missed all but one game last week. But the number 1 seed is in danger, though, because after they lost to the Suns on Sunday, they pulled into a tie for first with the Suns.
Say, man, we've been talking about them Suns all year. Them Suns gonna do some things, but they just, I don't know. The Suns are playing good ball at the right time.
CP3.
CP3. What we say a couple weeks ago, helping them boys mature mentally as men, not as athletes, but just as men. They already had the athleticism as men, helping them mature mentally.
Yep. Yep, he's showing them how to be the consummate professionals. Show them how to win. Show them how to win in the clutch. He's a voice in that locker room.
He definitely is, man. Big impact over there with them.
Number 4, we got Greek Freak in the Bucks.
Yeah, that's cool. Where were they at last week?
Last week they were number 6, so they moved up 2 spots.
I'm not really buying it. They can move up and down as much as they want. They could be number 1 right now as far as I'm concerned, and I still wouldn't give them no respect, man, because they're still not doing the things they need to do as far as in the off season to bring in some help or bring in some type of leadership on that team. Now, are they gonna make their playoff run? Probably not this year, but they just ain't doing what they need to do as far as in the off season. So I don't know what the front office is doing, but front office step it up.
They need to, and I understand why Giannis re-up like he did.
Yeah.
Got to take that max deal, but I think this year. I don't think they're doing anything by next year. He may try to force his way out of there.
He needs to, but I mean, the thing is, and we've talked about this, I think last season or maybe earlier in this season. He wants that money. He wants to build his own legacy. That's why he stays there, I think. The money's good, all that stuff. So I really don't see. I see him starting and finishing his career as a Milwaukee Buck, because they're gonna sell him something. Be like, hey man, we got so and so coming, so and so, whatever. Next thing you know, boom, so and so didn't come. So what's the deal? Well, we'll give you a little more money. All right, cool. I'll get that check, but you ain't gonna get no ring. So as long as he's over there, he ain't gonna get no ring. But he doesn't want to leave Milwaukee and tarnish. I guess
that's true. I can see that.
Tarnish what he sort of built there. So he may be one of those that starts and finishes, like I said, starts and finishes his career with Milwaukee.
I can definitely see that. And like you said, he does, the front office got to help him out. Right now, it's him and Chris Middleton and a couple of guys.
He said a couple of guys. Exactly.
A couple of guys.
Help, just a couple of guys. We ain't going to say their names.
Now, it's funny, though. Well, I guess it's not funny. It's a little bit concerning. Now, they lost to the Rockets recently. Kevin Porter Jr. put up 50 and 11 assists.
I would have to hit the panic button one time on that one for real. Got to. Get that man some help. Whoever's in here, if you got connects with Milwaukee Bucks or whoever, get this man some help. Because I would ask, man, I got to get up out of here. That ain't going to work.
Now, he did bounce back.
Yeah,
he showed up against the Nets. He put up 49 points, shooting 58%, and he hit 4 for 8 from behind the arc.
Oh, that's cool, man. Hats off to him, but hey, I'm not gonna change my opinion about it, because he bounced back. I mean, that's what you're supposed to. They pay you money.
That's true.
To bounce back.
That's true.
That's what you're supposed to. You a superstar in the NBA.
You paid a lot of money.
So my thing is, he shouldn't have. If he wanted out of there or whatever the case may be, he shouldn't have took that money. So he needs to step up or step out.
Agreed. And it was, I was watching a little bit of the highlights.
Yeah.
I want to say, from Sunday's game. His offense, like, if he don't have a full head of steam, it's like his offense is just stagnant.
It is.
His move's not there. He need to go to Houston and work with Elijah One at a big man camp for the summer.
He need to go work with somebody.
He can work on this on his inside game.
He has to, man. He's too talented of a player not to elevate his game, man. And right now, his game is just, and I tell my son this all the time, one dimension.
Right.
You're a one-dimensional player, bro. You shoot the skin off the ball, or can you put that thing on the ground and go make a move and finish? Right. Same concept. Like you said, full head of steam. You slow him down, he ain't got no juice. So yeah, definitely.
Number 3 this week, we had Doc and the 76ers. Last week, they were ranked number 7. They moved up 4 spots.
we've talked about the boy Doc, man. Doc knows what, like, we talked. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, we talked a little trash about Doc last when he was at it, when he was getting kicked to the curb. Everybody criticized him, all that, but Doc knows what he's doing as far as coaching goes on that sideline to get teams headed in the right direction. Now, can he get teams over that hump?
Right.
Nah, I don't know. As far as like the Clippers, like he didn't really get them over the hump. But he did do some great things.
We've talked about his playoff track record before. He does have one of the worst playoff records.
Worse. But to credit Doc, we can't blame him, man. These players got to do what they need. He can't play for them. All he can do is put the game plan in. These players don't step up, and then you want to blame the coach. Oh, it's Doc's fault that no, it's your fault. You playing. So if you ain't raising the bar when you play, especially playoff time, come on, man. But yeah, hats off to them 76ers, man. They doing their thing.
Now they were perfect last week. They went 4-0.
Yeah.
And they pulled a half game ahead of the Nets for the top spot.
A little space, not much.
Not much.
But I've been saying it though. It's gonna be them Nets and those boys right there, them 76ers. They're gonna be in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Conference Finals.
Now, what I didn't realize, I knew the team was playing good defensively.
Yeah.
They got a 97.2 defensive rating, but I've seen some rumblings for Ben Simmons as Defensive Player of the Year.
What? Yeah.
Yeah. That caught me off guard a little bit. Haven't caught many 76ers games, but that caught me off guard.
You just heard me say what? Yeah, because I didn't. That boy D'ing him up. No idea. Caught me off guard right there.
He developed another aspect to his game.
It seems like, and if fans out there watching the show, if you don't agree with me, that's cool. But it seems like each season Ben Simmons is adding an aspect to his game.
If he can get a consistent jumper, he's gonna be dangerous.
Yeah, people, and people been saying that for years now. If he gets a jumper, say, man, when you gonna get a jumper? You got to work on that part, But hey, maybe he's getting there. Maybe he's getting there because right now he ain't got no kind of jump shot.
He definitely. I think he's working on it. I think there was one game, maybe about 2 weeks ago, he went like 6 for 6 from behind the arc in the first half.
How'd he finish the game though?
That part I don't recall, but I know it wasn't perfect.
He got 6 for 6 first half, 6 for 20 or whatever. Nah, I'm just playing. But yeah, he definitely needs to develop that. But hats off to that boy and the 76ers.
Yes, sir. Number 2, the Denver Nuggets. It seems like they are holding on.
Yeah, they definitely are.
So last week they were 3rd, so they moved up 1 spot.
We'll see what they do in the playoffs. That's all I'm gonna say about them. I'm not really a Nuggets fan, so I really don't follow them. But
right, they're in the 3rd spot right now. Surprisingly,
they're normally in that mix right there. Like somewhere up in the top. But I don't know, man. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. So, yeah. Hats off to the Nuggets. I just don't believe it. I'm not a Nuggets fan at all, so I'm not gonna give them no props or nothing like that.
But the big man, the Joker, he's still in the MVP race.
He's a solid player, though.
I like his game. He's fundamentally sound.
That's what a lot of players in the NBA, if they were fundamentally sound like that, man, mixed in with a little bit of whatever they already have, game killers. But yeah,
will they put the work in?
No, they just want them checks. When they get that big money, they get all that money. They don't want to put in the work. They want to act like they putting in work when in reality they do the minimum. Just like player that wakes up in the morning and he ain't got a job, a contract or nothing like that. He gonna get up and grind and bust it and get in the weight room. Once you get that contract, that big money, yeah, you gonna work out and it looks good on the commercials and when you on social media. But man, it's like Once they get to a certain level, they slack off.
That's true.
My opinion, y'all.
We value it too, Coach. Now, a real quick note on the Nuggets, before we move to the top team, is last week they beat the Grizzlies, the Pelicans, the Raptors, and the Clippers. And during that stretch, the Joker averaged 26.3, 11.8 boards, 5.5 assists, while shooting 50% from behind the arc.
Balling. Balling. Ain't nobody gonna stop that man. Even in the playoffs, ain't nobody gonna stop that man because he gonna find a way to impact the game. He's gonna find a way. It's not always gonna be about points. He may be he gonna get some buckets though. Don't get it wrong, but he rebounds, assists, other aspects of the game. He gonna find a way to get involved in the game. You ain't just gonna we gonna shut him down. No, he gonna find a way to get in the game, and that's what a lot of players nowadays on many levels think it's just about scoring. There's other parts of the game that help you. Look at Dennis Rodman. Rebounds was his game. Green. Exactly. Rebounds are them boys' game. You ain't gonna catch Dennis Rodman scoring 50 points. Man, you better be lucky if he scored 4 points. He want to rebound and help his team. That was his job. So this man he right did here, it well. Exactly. So that boy doing his thing with the Nuggets, man.
And last but not least,
right there. Yes,
they move up from number 4 to number 1 this week. CP3 and those dangerous Phoenix Suns.
Yep. Them boys dangerous right now, but are they gonna be dangerous in the playoffs? Are they gonna keep that momentum rolling?
I think so. They beat the Clippers, the Jazz, and the Thunder and the Knicks last week. And then a lot of that had to do Devin Booker averaged 29.3 points a game.
Devin Booker is a dog.
He has been for quite some time by himself. Now he got some help.
Now he got help. So we'll see how that goes. But that West is brutal.
It is.
That West
I definitely figure whoever comes out the West is gonna win it all.
Now, if the Suns was in the East, which we know that ain't gonna happen, but if they was in the East, yes, sir. I got them coming out the East. But man, that West is brutal, man. That West is brutal. You can't do nothing with that. It's very brutal.
Most definitely.
It's been for years.
So next up, we got lack of effort. That's what I call this one.
That boy, man.
This one, I'm surprised but not surprised. So it was reported that during the time, I guess, during the 2015-16 season, when Dwight Howard and James Harden played together in H-Town, that he was intentionally whiffing on picks set for Harden because the relationship had deteriorated.
Man, well, if that's the case, he been whiffing on a lot of things, not just in Houston. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, somewhere down the line, I feel like Howard lost. I don't know if he got the big head. He got big headed and thought he was the man, when in reality, you were really just a role player. You were a big man. You rebounded. That was your job.
Right.
He wanted to be the man. No matter what team he went to, he wanted to be the man. But when he was in Houston, him and Harden didn't have a very solid relationship. But he wanted to be that guy. I want to be this. I want to be the face of the Houston. I want to do that. I want to do that. So maybe that was the reason behind his lack of effort. But I've never been a Dwight Howard fan either. So yeah,
I actually liked this game a little bit when he first got in the league and he was in Orlando.
Liked him in high school.
Wow. But then that whole thing about, he didn't want to feel like he was chasing Shaq's legacy. He wanted to do his own thing. Let's see what I mean, man.
See what I mean? Like, what is you talking about? Get the money, man. You were brought into the league to be a big man, get rebounds, and now he was crying about chasing somebody's legs. Bro, who cares? You're a big man. Get the money.
That's true.
Do your job. We just talked about Dennis Rodman doing his job. You here to do a job. not to chase nobody's legacy, because Dwight Howard was never going. He ain't gonna catch nobody's legacy. Be a man and help teams win championships. That's why they bring big men on to help rebound and do what they do.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
Nah. You asking me. You better ask somebody else that question, Coach Lee. I ain't no Hall of Famer. Boy, I ain't ready, man.
No, they say that the tension had gotten so bad between them that Harden went to the coaching staff and asked them to bring Howard off the bench to get Clint Capella some more minutes in.
Hey, it is what it is. Harden was he was the man in Houston at the time. So whatever he said go. It's sort of like a LeBron James saying, hey, we need to get rid of this guy, and then bring in my boys, bringing these guys, we're gonna win. That same thing, man. So yeah. So I agree with that, man. Like, I'm just not a Howard fan. So the way, because he a crybaby to me. Cry too much.
He is. I agree with you.
Cry too much. You too big to be crying. He was actually in Waco. I think what's his wife's name? And did he marry that girl or what? Like, she played for Baylor. And so
they got married, but recently, as of last week, I think she filed for divorce.
Because he's soft. Oh man, that soft dude, man. But yeah, he was in Waco a couple times, ran into him. Don't nobody want to marry no soft guy, man. Crybaby, man. So
shout out to Marie Cruz. She actually enjoying that part of it. He is soft.
Soft, super soft. But hey, he in the league and I'm not. I'm just sitting here talking, you know what I'm saying? So hey, keep doing what you do, Howard, man. I just ain't no fan, and I believe you soft, you a crybaby. So lack of effort, definitely, because he wasn't the man.
Right.
It was hard and show at the time.
And I got one more story before we go to my favorite part of the show, the Waco Terror updates. But this one is called Double Duty. It just came across my news feed today.
Okay.
It's a coach by the name of Tanya Edwards. It's a WNBA story. You know, shout out to the players that we've had on here. Got much love for the WNBA. But Tanya Edwards, she is considered as a legend.
Okay.
She is currently coaching a high school basketball team and a WNBA team.
Hey, get it done. Get it done. Impact.
Now she's a head coach in high school. She's an assistant in WNBA, but that's double duty, man. That's impressive.
That is very impressive. You know, like me on a daily, I balance. You know, y'all know my life out there, man. Like I balance Waco Terror, I balance everyday life, I balance AAU team now. So I mean, I'm whatever, man. It's definitely hard work and dedication. You got to stay focused. You got to make sure everything is straight, scripted out, scheduled out. So man, shout out to her, man. Double duty, man. Assistant coach in the WNBA, head high school coach. Man, I'm gonna say I don't even see where she finds time to do it, man.
At all.
With that type of travel. Like me, okay, we travel to Dallas, Houston, whatever. We in the same state. Like y'all are traveling to different states as far as WNBA players go and doing that or whatever. And just you got to make sure those things don't collide too. So, and I'm pretty sure that's what I don't know if they collide or not. I haven't seen it, but man, shout out to her, man. Like I know she's doing a great job, and that's very, very tough to do at times. And I'm speaking from experience.
I know you grind, Coach.
Every day.
Grind. But real quick, we're going to take a real quick break. We're going to be back again to cover them badass Waco Terror updates. We'll be right back.
You already know.
Hey guys, it's your girl Tamara Moore, former WNBA guard and current head coach at Mesabi Range College. I want to give a big shout out to STWF Media, the big brand, for showing love and always being about those good sports. Make sure you guys show them love. You and your community can join them every week to talk about sports. Shouts out to them and make sure you check them out.
Yes, sir. We're back in this thing.
The delay on my side.
That's all right. Hey, I'll start talking. We gonna get it.
I appreciate it.
All right, man.
Hold that time, Coach.
Whole lot of terror stuff, man. Hey, first and foremost, right here, that's what we got. I'll get on that in a minute, man. We're coming out of a NBL season where we made it all the way to the divisional championship game and we lost to the 4100 Elite. Shout out to those boys. Good luck next week or whenever that happens on y'all's Final Four appearance and championship, man. We fell short 131 to 119. We had 7 players. Some guys didn't show up, but hey, at the end of the day, we don't make excuses this way. We embrace them and we move forward. But yeah, shout out to my guys. They played very hard and we just fell short this year. We'll be back next year, Maximum Basketball League, and we will be making a run to win that thing. Quote me on that. Now, moving on to the Texas Basketball Association. You see, we have a game coming up. We're heading to Houston this weekend, man. We play at 12 p.m. against the Texas Tribe. I'm not familiar with what their record is, but we're sitting 2-2 in the TBA. And that's because I was resting some of my guys due to the NBL playoffs and stuff like that. But man, hey, if you're in the Houston area and you support the Waco Terror, come out and see, man. You see right here, you can purchase the tickets for $10 on Cash App, whatever the case may be. All the information is there. I'll go on the page later on and post, the flyer so all y'all can look that up, man. Support the Waco Terror, real talk.
No doubt, no doubt.
And then, I got a couple player highlights from this year, man. I know you guys like seeing videos and stuff like that. I'm not going to talk too much tonight. So first player highlight I have is Demarius Keys. Got a couple videos for y'all, man. He was doing his thing. This was from the playoff game. He played very well, man. I mean, I can't be prouder of this man, how he's developed over the course of the season. Now, this is another grown man telling you I'm proud of another grown man. He came a long way.
Did that video show by chance?
No, it didn't.
Okay. Technical difficulties.
That's okay, man. We're going to get it.
Let's fight through it, Coach.
We always going to fight through it. It don't even matter, man. We're going to fight through it. But, yeah, Demarius Keys, he had – where's my stats? Boom. Plan B, y'all. Demarius Keys in the playoff game had 13 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists, and 6 steals. So he was very active. And then we have Trevon Shaw, which we don't have the film of that, but he was dunking on people, stuff like that. He had 23 points, 2 assists, 2 steals, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Wow. And then you have Chance Gibson, who wasn't there. So sorry, y'all. I ain't got no stats for him for that playoff game, real talk. But Chance has definitely improved, and he's come along a long way. He did play against the Austin Elite team that we had here in Waco. We played in Waco, and he also played against I Got Next, who's a team out of Austin. And he had 28 points that game. So Chance Gibson is a veteran on the team, so to speak, if we go by age. But he's very hungry, and he is a big part of our team, man. But my whole thing is, down the stretch, when we were going into the playoffs, stuff like that, consistency. The injury bug hit us hard. Chaney went down with the hamstring injury. Logan Hicks couldn't make it to one game. I mean, players like that, you need those type of players that score your 40, 45 points a game, your 50 points a game. But at the same time, that opened up the door for these other guys that don't play that much to step into a role and become role players and get a little taste of the game. And that's also important because going forward as a Waco Terror basketball player, there's going to come times where those guys off the bench have to step up into that role, whether it's stepping from the 8th spot on the roster to the 6th spot on the roster, to stepping into a starting role. Like, we're all family this way. So, we're kind of shocked we lost that game, but at the end of the day, all we could do is there's the video.
There you go.
Hey, it's in that thing then. And this is Keys. Who is that? Yeah, that's Keys. That's the big man. Sorry for the delay in it, y'all. But hey.
We got to figure it out for next week, though. We ready to rock and roll.
We're going to figure it out. But yeah, man, I'm proud of my guys. We fought hard. As a coach, you can't ask for anything else, man. Yeah, was I sad after the game because we lost? Yeah, man, because it hurt to put in that much work, that much effort, make it that far for miss, and you know the reason why you lost. Now, I'm not taking anything away from those 4,100 elite boys. They can hoop, they can ball. But man, when you know you missed 6 layups, you missed 8 free throws and turnovers, even without those guys that quote unquote score all these points, you were still in that game if you make those things and you win by 1 point.
Right.
You win the game if you do the little things right. So in life, away from the basketball court, you do the little things right in life. It's the little things that dictate right from wrong. It's the little things that get us in trouble. It's the little things that help us be successful, between success and failure. So, man, this Coach Hill just saying, between, even if you ain't on the basketball court, the little things are what's going to help you be successful, or you're going to fail by those little things. And that's what happens on the basketball court too. Just what I just told y'all. The free throws, the layups, the turnovers, those are the little things. And my players would say it, man, the little things is what's, we get right there. We got within 9, and the little things that we're doing wrong, that's what's catching us up. So, hey, if you out there, man, check that. The little things. Remember what I said.
No doubts.
But yeah, that's all I got for y'all this week, man. But next week we'll get it together. No big deal. Tons of highlights coming, man. Like I said, Waco Terror coming to H-Town this weekend, man. We're gonna get some things going. Also, my 17U basketball team, we coming to Killeen, Texas this weekend too. Don't ask me how I'm gonna get it done, but it's gonna get done. It don't even matter because Coach Hill be in one city in 1 second and the next city in the next.
No doubts.
Yes,
We
sir.
appreciate your shout outs, Coach.
You already know. Oh, one thing before we leave though, and I almost forgot.
Oh,
Coach Lee, if you have any questions, even fans on the page, Q&A with Coach Hill, man. If you ain't on here, you don't have a question, hey, feel free to inbox me and I'll answer any question you'll have. But Coach Lee, you got any questions for the coach, man?
I do got questions for Coach.
Yes, sir.
So,
What we got?
as a coach, and you just came out of a playoff run, as a coach, you got a player who just don't quite have it that day. You know, you normally can rely upon him, but that day just not his day. Do you sit him for the game? Do you let him think about what he needs correct to, to get back to his old self? And if you sit him for the game, how long will you have him sit?
I definitely don't sit my players when they don't have it at the time, because let's think about this. Basketball is a game of runs. A man's mentality on the basketball court can go from, man, I'm missing these shots, to go from, man, I'm dropping these things off on these boys. So my thing is I don't sit my guys that long. If they're messing up in the game and they don't have it, I pull them off to the side. I sit them right by me. I talk to them. What's up? Where's your mind at? We get their mind back focused on basketball. They be like, Coach, man, I'm dealing with my girl at home, this and that, whatnot. I say, hey, boom, here it is. This is your sanctuary. This is your time away from home, all that stuff. And the funny thing is, when they tell me that, Coach, their girls are sitting right in them stands. So my thing is, she must not be that mad if she's still here supporting you, or whatever the case may be. So I don't sit them that long, man. I get them over there, I put them back into reality, and I sit them back out there. Normally I let them play through it, but if they hurt me too bad, you got to come sit there and talk to Coach and get your mind right. Go get you some water. Hey, if you need to go talk to your girl, you need to go talk to her, because you messing up my game, girl. Like, come on, get that shit right. Get it right. For real. We ain't got time.
Man, I got one more question for you, Coach.
Yeah.
So whenever you go to tournaments or other teams, are you actively looking for players that you might add to your team, or that frowned upon and off limits?
When I go to tournaments, I don't ever, like, I've never been the type to go to somebody else's team and be like, hey, man, I like that player. Hey, can you come? No, I don't do that. It's off limits in my mind. A lot of my players, they find me. Just like I have 2 individuals. See, the Waco Terror does not pay their players. We don't pay our players at all. So I'm allowed to get players from, like, if a player's in the off season at college, they can come play for me, because quote unquote rec.
Right.
But All right. So they can come play for me. Just like I picked up two individuals, 1'6'9", 1'6'8". They both go to Jacksonville College out in East Texas or something like that.
Okay.
They'll be touching the court for me. So I go outside the box, man. I don't want all those players at a tournament that everybody knows. I don't want those guys. I don't go to another team like, ooh, that team is nice. Now, there has been some players that have played for various teams in the same leagues we do that have come over and played with the Terror. They're always going to be family. They know that. But I will never deliberately go and be like, oh, he plays for that team. Hey, man, come play for us instead and down talk another team, because that's not being a man. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather take 5 dudes, 6 dudes, 7 dudes I find on the streets from the city of Waco instead of going and stealing somebody from another man's team.
Makes sense. Okay.
Different
Big
approach
up to you, Coach.
You already
got
know,
morals.
man.
I appreciate that. I can respect that.
Networking. That's why you network. Talk to these colleges. Mary Hardin Baylor. Jackson, I think it's Jacksonville College out in East Texas. Then you have, Paul Quinn, UT Tyler. Network with these students, with these guys on social media. A lot of people get on social media to spread drama. I'm on there trying to see what team you play. Oh, you play for this team? Let me talk to this man. So my thing is also when these kids aren't playing in college, they can still play and develop their game.
Facts. That's big right there.
They don't understand that. Everybody's just like, oh, we just want to win games. Yeah, that's cool. But are you really trying to help develop somebody? Are you giving somebody some film? Are you giving somebody a chance so they can go back and say, hey, coach, hey, I've been playing, man. I ain't just been sitting down. I got better. Look at this. Check this out. So it's all about growth, man. Even me, man. So I'm growing every day. My players are growing every day and hoping we're impacting lives and helping other people grow every day.
Makes sense, Coach. Hey, that's good knowledge. So I like that. 2 questions for Coach Hill.
You already know.
But hey, I enjoyed you this week, Coach. Again, thank y'all for tuning in with us to the Nothing But Basketball show. We appreciate you as always. Tomorrow we got the Versus show where we're going to compare the 1984 draft class against the 1996 draft class. Those two are considered by some arguably the 2 greatest draft classes in the NBA of all time. So we're definitely going to take a dive into that. So make sure you tune in, chop it up with us, have a little fun. With that being said, appreciate everybody. Y'all have a good night.